Ice-mageddon 2025 is here. Let's see. Did I need all the things I bought? Did my power go off? You better hang on and see how it went down. Happy Sunday. It's 32 degrees right now, and it's raining. I figured I'd show you. It's 5-something. So right now it's just rain, but it's 32 degrees. So it's kind of right on that line. But, so lots of puddles. Oops. Go back over here where you can see the puddles. So, yeah. So that's what it is, and it's 5-something in the morning. So if it stays 32 or above, we'll be fine. Let's see who's on duty. Mr. Big Man. He's on duty. He's been looking around. He's mad, of course, because it's dark, so he can't see outside. It's like 6:13 right now. So a lady who I have been in my church group with, what do they call those? I don't know. Anyway, it's a ladies' local Bible study. She's been in it several times with us. She has a YouTube channel, and it's called The Adrienne Ross Show. She talks a lot about sports and culture. So anyway, I like to watch her and just let it run and give her a thumbs up. And anyway, she's got a good following. But anyway, I just thought I'd share that with you. So that's what I'm watching right now while I answer comments. Because I don't know a thing about sports, but I just give her some watch time and answer comments because she's this really, really kind-hearted lady. Ice-mageddon 2025. I'm staying warm. I got a big boy on my lap. No, don't you leave me. Don't you leave me. You're keeping me warm. I hold his foot. Stay right here. Stay right here. Come on. Come on, don't leave. He knows I was talking to y'all and he thinks something exciting is about to happen. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, boy. He's going to debate on it. We'll see what he does. Weather check. It's just raining. Oh, there's some ice thingies hanging. So it's cold enough to make some icicles. Check that out. Got some icicles hanging. I don't know what it is out on the street. Is that ice out there on my porch? And in my grass? Oh, maybe we got a little bit of freezing rain. I can't really tell. I'll put on my shoes later when the sun comes up and talk to you. It is about 7:45, and I'm hungry, and I'm like, well, while I still have electricity, I'm going to go on and eat. Because one person I don't know exactly where she lives, but we used to work together here in town, and so I think she lives out in the country somewhere, but her power's out. So, I've been to her house once, I think. No, that was somebody else's. But anyway, it don't matter. People, at least one person on Facebook has said, that is local to me, has said they've lost power. So, your girl's gonna eat. So, I ain't missing a meal just because of no power outage. So, I'm gonna eat now. So, this is 3 eggs. And what I did was I microwaved it. I don't know, maybe like a 4th cup of red onions with those real bacon pieces and a couple little hunks of cheese. I microwaved it for about a minute. And then I did it again. What it did was it kind of helped wilt the onions a little bit. So, anyway, and then I cooked 3 eggs. So that's what is in this bowl right here. Now, yesterday I made some fried potatoes. I ate half of it yesterday and I got the other half now. I went in and squirted some ketchup on them. So that's gonna be my breakfast. I'll tell you what I do or if something happens next. All right, let's take a look. You can see on these, it's getting on my face. Trying to find it. Okay, like there's the power lines. You can see the ice that's like hanging from it. See those icicles? This is where things happen. And I'm trying to see if I can find a good spot on the tree. The power lines, but so that same, oh yeah, see that same thing happens to trees. And so this is the kind of thing when I lived in Jackson. I lived in the Jackson Park, well across the street from it, and look how pretty that is. It's like so beautiful. It's like a glass tree, but that's not, that's ice. And so what happens is the grass looks fine, or the ground looks fine, and puddly, but it freezes in some places and you just can't tell. So this is why people have wrecks on this stuff. Let's see, I can look at my neighbor's solar panels. See, that's a sheet of ice on those solar panels. So that's why this is the kind of weather that we get. We get freezing rain. Yay, Terry. Anyway, it's 8 something. So, or it's 8 o'clock in the morning. So, just wanted to show you what our winter wonderland looks like during, oh, wait a minute. Is that something I can see on this one? Yeah, that's closer. Hang on, let me rest my hands on the window. So I had some coffee, so I'm a little shaky. Oh, my finger in the way. Anyway, so you can see the ice hanging on those power lines back there and on these trees. And this is why people lose power. So in 2008, there was a bad ice storm in Jackson. And I lived in the Jackson Park. And it was probably a 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch thick of ice on the trees. And let me tell you, hang on, let's just move in. So anyway, so I lived, it was like right across the street from the park. And so tons and tons of trees. And so, we had that. But like I said, the ice was about like that thick on the bottom and the top. So it was like a branch, because I had a branch that fell in my yard. It was like a little bitty twig, and then there was like that much ice around it. Anyway, so it was the big storm of 2028, and my power went out. Well, you know how silent the world is when your power goes out. You don't have any sound machine, no fans, no heaters, nothing. It's just silence is deafening. All of a sudden, I'd hear crack, crash, snap, crash. So these big limbs were, they were so big, and that all that freezing rain weighed down the limbs so much that they couldn't withstand all the weight. And so the snap I would hear was whenever it, broke from the tree, and the crash was whenever that ice shattered as it landed on the ground, just like glass. So all night long, that's what I was hearing. It was kind of intimidating because, again, that's all I could hear. And I have several trees in my yard, so I was terrified that I'm not good at knowing how things land and things work in the world. So I was worried that one was just going to land against my window or something. So, but yeah, so that's a storm I'll never forget, is after the power went out. Again, I would just, and then, when it was all done, the next day, I don't think I have anything saved on my phone. I didn't have iPhone and stuff back then. But anyway, I did take a picture of the ice ball in my hand. I don't know if I have it. But anyway, so yeah, it was amazing. But then the next day, when it was still, cold, I went out there. I went out and just looked, and it was just like, it looks like a whole bunch of like glass you know, that had been like glass trees that just shattered in pieces all over. It was like a beautiful destruction, which is awful to say, but anyway, it was just beautiful but scary. So anyway, so when people talk about winter, we don't get a lot of snow here because of where we are. So people talk about winter and pretty snow. Now we have, don't get me wrong, we do get a little bit, but it's not like the snow that some people get. So we just tend to get more sleet and freezing rain. So anyway, but yeah, so I'll show you more later. Here's a little trick for you. One year, I used to be so addicted to tanning. I know, me addicted to something? What? I was so addicted to tanning. I lived in Jackson. I was going to come and tan no matter what. And it was icy and stuff. And that's the year I found out if you keep 2 tires, you know, the front and back tire on your passenger side, if you keep that in the grass or on the shoulder where it's gravelly, and then 2 tires either on the road or 2 tires on the shoulder and the other 2 in the grass, that's how you get you some traction. Keep your tires like on the shoulder if it's gravelly or in the grass. Because I got to a space where everybody was going uphill, they'd slide down. And they'd try to drive up and slide down. And I was like, ain't nobody gonna stop me from tanning. So instead of going up on the road, I drove around in the grass. And next thing you know, I'm looking behind me and all the other people were following me. I mean, we were just driving in the grass all the way to Cape. So yeah, that's a little tidbit for you. If you got to get somewhere and it's icy, keep your tires in the grass because it's going to give you a little more traction. All right, if you look on I don't know if you call those trussels, whatever they are, the ice is a little thicker now. I don't know, it might be a 1/2 inch thick on those. Can you see that? Oh, you can see it on the power lines out there. And look at this bush over here. Hang on. Here. Look at that bush right there. It is just all one piece of glass, just frozen ice. So that's what we get here. So, but I'll keep you updated. I still have power. Yay.
Action to be true and
Church is online only today.
With integrity.
The description.
To be serious about what it means.
The description of all my videos has a link
Jesus.
if you want to watch
and
it.
What I love about James is James didn't start out that way, but that's who he became, and he became a preacher of intentional faith. So let's talk a little bit about James, the one who wrote this book. It'd be easy to say, okay, are we talking about the brother of John here? Because you remember, right, the names of the apostles, the disciples of Jesus. You had Peter, James, John, right? The inner circle. No, that's not this James. This is not the brother of John. In fact, here's what I want to show you. This James, who wrote the book of James, was actually the half-brother of Jesus. Look with me at Matthew chapter 13. Here's what Scripture says. And when Jesus had finished these parables, this is early on in Jesus' preaching ministry, he went to his hometown and he began to teach them in their synagogue. So they were astonished and they said, watch this, where did this man get this wisdom and these miraculous powers? Isn't this the carpenter's son? Isn't this Joseph's boy? Joseph and Mary, right? That's what the hometown folks were saying. But notice this line. Isn't his mother called Mary and his brothers? Here's the name of his brothers. James and Joseph and Simon and Judas. And Judas would become known in the New Testament. This is not Judas Iscariot. He would become known as Jude. When you read the book of Jude, we're looking at the other half-brother of Jesus.
Didn't know that.
And then it says, and his sisters, aren't they all with us? So where does he get all these things? Here's what I want you to notice. Jesus had half-brothers and sisters. James is one of his half-brothers. But now, wait a minute. Let me go a little deeper with you. James was not a believer in Jesus during Jesus' earthly time on the earth. Earthly ministry, right? This is amazing here. We're going to go to Mark chapter 3. And in this passage,
anyway,
Jesus
y'all go watch this and you can learn more about my church and about James and Jesus. Okay, so I did clean my shower. I cleaned it. I really did. I used the I've used 2 different things and I cleaned it. And then I started to refill it and there was like sediment in there. So I'm wondering how much of that is from this faucet. This faucet never gets used. It just goes up to the shower. And I even scrubbed up there. I think some of this is just discoloration. Like I scrubbed that section right there. Scrub, but nothing. So I think some of it just ain't coming off. But anyway, so now that it's clean, well, as scrubbed as I could get it, I used, what I use? I use this Dawn Power Wash, and then I use CLR tub and tile cleaner. So it's been scrubbed twice. I can't help the way an old tub looks. But anyway, so from here, now I'm going to fill it back up. Well, regardless of whether it was because it was dirty or because it was the dirty faucet, it's looking better now. By the way, this is an old tub, and so the little stopper is just this piece of rubber that they used in the olden days, and so it does slowly leak. But I'll still go ahead and fill it up now because, you know, it's going to freeze again later on, and we'll see what happens. So I'll have that going, but I'm going to get this filled up, and I'll see you the next thing. But by the way, I did clean it. I promise, I just cleaned it. So I was showing you all, let's see, remember I showed you on the map where I am? So this is St. Louis. There's a big out pouch. Then right here, there's another out pouch, and we are right as that out pouch comes in. So see right there? So it goes jugga, and then right here. And then it goes down for another out pouch. Well, that's where Sykeston, that's where the throwed rolls and stuff was. But so we are right where that little piece comes in from the out pouch. And right across the way is, I think they call it East Cape over in Illinois. But so see, that's why I was saying we are that little out pouch. So we are always right on the line of whatever you see coming. So there we are. You guys, I heard my little neighbors playing outside earlier, but I was watching church, so I stood up and peeked, and I was like, oh, I hope they're still out there when I'm done with church, but they weren't. So next time I hear them, I'm going to go outside and chase them a little bit if I don't fall and break my neck. 52 might be a little too old to be outside on the ice. Anyway, first off, I just want to say, see, I still have nuts left. I didn't eat them all. Just wanted to bring those in here and show you. Oh, and I did not finish off these butterscotch ones yet. Oh, and I did toss the onion and whatever that one was. That just wasn't good. Those onion ones. I'll give it another try when I open up the other bag because I want to make sure it's not like a bad bag or something. So, since we ate, it's funny, we were talking in the comments, and I remember my mom telling me this whenever I'd want to lose weight. Dang it, it's hot. Hang on. Okay, I'm watching Ryan Hall, y'all. Anyway, so we were talking in the comments, and my mom used to tell me this whenever I was like trying to lose weight. You should eat breakfast like a king, lunch like a queen, and supper like a pauper. Well, my supper is always like a king, and my lunch is like a king. So I just kind of leave out the pauper and queen part. But today, since my breakfast was like a queen, I'll make my lunch like a pauper. My version of a pauper. You know, it ain't like a real pauper. But anyway, so what I did was I have a tortilla shell. I got some turkey and cheese on it. And then I've got 2 different of these pork rinds. One is cheddar cheese, and one of them is the vinegar and pink Himalayan salt. That's vinegar. Oh, man. I wonder if you can buy powdered vinegar. Don't tell me, because I'll go buy it. That's good. And this one's ranch, so hopefully that'll help that. Not very strong ranch flavor. Cheddar. Sorry, cheddar. Nope. That's all right. There's a taste. I just can't tell what that. It doesn't taste like cheddar. So then, again, y'all know you just can't eat a tortilla shell in a pleasant way. So hold on. I don't want somebody to think I'm being obscene. We don't do none of that around here. We done went to church this morning. We don't need nothing obscene right now. And then, this is the kind of lunch that we would have had when I was a kid growing up. Like on a Saturday or Sunday. Well, unless Mom cooked something big on Sunday. Like if we had a nice breakfast, and for lunchtime we usually had like a sandwich and then some like cottage cheese and a tomato. But Mom would take a big tomato and she'd cut down into it, open it up, and she'd either put cottage cheese or like tuna salad in the middle of it. Except I put some everything bagel seasoning. That's some good stuff. It just kind of gives it a savory taste. So, that's what I'm eating for lunch today. I'll see you later. Bye. Here's a close-up. See this little bush right here? This is right behind my house. So see how the ice, sorry, Baxter's bumping me. See how the ice is just coating it? You can see how this is right there. Isn't that beautiful? But, so that, I would say that's what, about a quarter of an inch maybe? And, but if this keeps on all day, but look, it just looks like a big old ice right there. I mean, it's just, I mean, it is ice. I don't know what it looks like, but this is a big old, look, watch. It's just a chunk of ice. So now imagine this keeps on all day, and the amount gets more and more and heavier and heavier. So that you can hear as the wind moves. Hear the limbs crackling up there. Now if they get too heavy, that's when they start falling. So yeah, just want y'all to see this icy winter wonderland. It's gonna get worse whenever it gets colder. So, oh, did you hear that? Just listen to all that crackling. Well, it's 3 o'clock, and it's fair we come out and take a look. Definitely raining. And if you notice, the trees look a little more crystally, a little more glassy, a little more droopy, like a little more weighted down. You know, the limbs are a little more weighted down from the ice. Oh, let's look at this little one down here. See, let's check out the thickness. I know it's raining. I'm sugaring I'm going to melt, but let's go look and see. I don't think it's gotten much thicker. Maybe just a teeny tiny, but maybe not. I think the rain is kind of melting it off a little bit. But what's going to happen is tonight it's going to get below 30. And all these water puddles everywhere. Hang on. All these water puddles out there and the wet streets. They're going to be dun, 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 ice. These guys don't like it because they don't like to go out in the rain. But for the record, one of my nurses texted, and a big limb, she lives here in Cape, but a big limb has already fell from a tree and knocked out her power about 45 minutes ago. So there's different people who have different things going on. But here's the babies, as I'm telling you a not so pleasant story for somebody else. So limbs will fall and take out the electricity. I hadn't paid much attention to the front. But look, that tree still looks so pretty. It's like it's a crystal tree, like something you buy and set on your thing. But look over here. There's a limb. Can you see it? It's hanging from I don't know if that's a telephone wire. I don't know what it is. But anyway, see there's ice on it. And there's like some few limbs there too. But look, so that was a limb. But that's what happens. I don't know where the source is. I can't see that well. But anyway, so this limb broke off, and now it's hanging from our power line. Howdy. So I'm listening to Ryan Hall, y'all. And there's some tornado warning near, I don't know what area he's at. I can't really tell. I think it's somewhere in Louisiana. Anyway, Oh, you're over there. Hi. I'm kind of tuckered. It's hard worrying about what's happening in the world. Oh, I was going to take an Advil cold and sinus, though. I know that. Hang on. Give me just a second. Hang on. Let me take my Advil cold and sinus. So I figured it's about a little after 4, and I figured I'd go on and touch in with y'all one last time. If anything else exciting happens, I'll put it in tomorrow's video. But so far, so good. Other than that neighbor's limb that's hanging on that line. Again, it's out in front. Over there. It's out in front, kind of to my right. So, supper tonight. Let's go with, it's one burger and part of a steak. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Since I did all that work, I could do a burger, and so I'll have a couple good bites of burger and then a bite of steak. I'm obviously still biting my jaw. I'm gonna just do a liquid diet. I'm about tired of that business, man. What else? But anyway, so I got steak. I took the nuts back into the kitchen. They're about halfway down that thing, but they're hanging in there. So I got the steak. I put a few chunks of, about, I think 4 chunks of cheese in there. And I got a salad. I don't even want to take this bite now. I'm so mad. My feet biting my jaw. I've been biting it for about a week now. Hang on. Let me tell you a thing or two. You people who clean your house regularly and you clean other people's houses, man, y'all got some muscles. I cleaned my shower. I scrubbed that thing twice. My arm was so sore. I was just pushing and pushing and scrubbing and scrubbing. Man, my arm is still sore. And that was like, I don't know, a few hours ago. But I have a different kind of respect. I already had a respect for people like that, but, you know, who keep their home tidy and who tidy other people's homes. You people that do what the person's supposed to do, and then you who help people like me get a house that looks like it's supposed to look. Y'all are some amazing people. Anyway, y'all must have some muscles in there, because, pushed and pushed and pushed and did all around. I'm like, gosh, dog, that's a lot of work. You know, when you're 300 pounds, you can't get down on your knees and scrub your bathtub. And then even when you lose the weight, you don't really know how to get down on your knees and scrub your bathtub because you ain't never done it. So it was an adventure, but it's done. It's done. And then I got, this is a caramel. It's the salted caramel keto chow. Let's see what I got with it. Caramel. So the lowdown is it stopped raining, and it's gonna melt some off the trees, because it's hovering around 35, 36, 32. And so, but then tonight it's gonna freeze, and so the roads will be a sheet of ice tomorrow. So I may not be able to go into work, but we'll see. Either way, I don't have to go to work. I mean, I can work from home. So I hate doing it, but I'll do it if I have to. So, all right, well, I'm done with you people. I'm tired of biting this jaw. So I'm just going to take little short bites and then just swallow it whole. All right. Bye. Like I said, it's 4 o'clock and no, we still got power. Bye.